Imagine you've been dating someone for a while and you've started to really trust them and you've taken a step with them. But after you've had to build this trust with them and taken that step, you find out that they've been hiding a serious STD from you that they've had before becoming intimate with you. In one moment, your health, your future, and the trust you had completely changed. And for many people, this is not a hypothetical situation that I just made up right now. It is a real thing that they've had to deal with, and the consequences will be lasting a lifetime. Most people expect honesty in relationships, especially when it comes to health and safety. Nobody wants to feel deceived or put at risk without their knowledge. Now, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, millions of new sexually transmitted disease and infections occur every year in the United States, many of which could have been prevented through communication, testings, and disclosure. It's a need for safety and trust and responsibility. If people just disclosed the honestly what they've been going through, it can reduce the amount of people affected in the future. People who knowingly hide serious sexual health conditions from their partner should be face legal and social consequences at a stronger scale, because non-disclosure can cause physical harm, emotional trauma, and the loss of informed consent. Today, I'm going to be discussing the problems caused by hiding sexual health information, explaining possible solutions, and showing the benefit of encouraging honesty and accountability. Hiding sexual conditions creates serious physical and emotional consequences. A person cannot fully consent to intimacy if important health risks are intentionally hidden. It just removes their feeling of consent, their feeling of choice. Many people have their trust broken when someone knowingly withholds information that could affect their health and their future. It is not just an accident that may happen. It is something that will affect them for the rest of their life, that once getting into another relationship will have to be disclosed. And that can't be changed. Sexually transmitted infections can have life-changing consequences. Some infections can lead to infidelity, chronic pain, weakened immune systems, or long-term medical conditions. Many people also suffer emotionally after learning that they're exposed to STDs from this insane deception, such as anxiety, depression, fear of future relationships, and a loss of just general trust, not only to the person that gave them the STD, but to everyone that they may be within the future, in fear of, what if they're also lying to me? And the lifelong problems that come with this, the chronic pain that they'll never be able to escape, the weakened immune systems that can make them more sick, that can make them lose time in their lives. It's a horrible thing. Current laws are inconsistent and often fail to prevent the people affected by the STDs. Some states only punish intentional transmission of certain diseases if someone, not only if they actively knew, but if they knew and wanted to do it, if they had some satisfaction of doing it. In many cases, victims of this transgression struggle to provide evidence of the deception or receive justice because there's just no true way of really showing that unless you have like a text message or voice records, phone call records, you can't know that they're telling the truth. They don't have the evidence. It creates a lack of accountability for people who knowingly endanger others. Now that we understand the seriousness of the problem created by non-disclosure, we can really start to try to understand some solutions that could help protect individuals and encourage honesty in the future. Stronger accountability and education can help reduce these situations from even happening. I think laws should focus on intentional deception and not to shame people with the STDs. Of course, there are cases where people didn't know that they had STDs but still gave it. I believe that it's a lack of testing because they don't think it would happen to them or that they would have it. Having an STD should not make someone a criminal. That's not what I'm saying. It's the fact that they know that they have it, but think that, oh, there's such a low probability of someone else getting it, that it's not even worth my time to share. The issue is knowingly hiding such important health information from your partner. That is the issue at hand. Clear disclosure laws should protect both partners. People should be legally required to disclose serious transmissible conditions before being intimate. And even then, this could just be like trusting your partner, but still going to get tested before you have your time with them because of not because of fear, but just an abundance of caution. This law should be reinforced to inform consent and personal responsibility. And again, education and testing should become more normalized. We've all had a sex ed class, but at least for me, we didn't really talk about the problems that come with STDs or the issues that might arise from them. If we have more extensive talks about the problems that may come from an STD, it can help not show, but it can help prevent people from being ashamed to share that they have one or to have the safety of going to get tested before. Regular testing, even if you haven't been intimate for a while, regular testing can really help reduce transmission and remove a stigma that surrounds sexual health discussions. Just simple, honest communication can create safer and healthier relationships. Ultimately, these solutions are incredibly important, and they're not really solutions, but things that can prevent these things from happening. But it's also important to imagine how society can improve if just simple honesty and accountability became the standard in day-to-day life. Encouraging honesty about sexual health can create safer and healthier environments. People who feel safer and more respected in relationships would be just a better relationship in general. Honest communication builds trust and emotional security. Individuals would have the information they needed to be properly informed about who they're seeing and what they're getting into. And it can help them make informed choices about their bodies and their future going forward. And STI transmission rates could potentially decrease with this openness. More testing and openness would likely reduce preventable infections, and public awareness could encourage healthier behaviors and earlier treatment. Society, just in general, would become less judgmental and more responsible. Just having more open relationships about sexual health could reduce the stigma. People would be encouraged to prioritize honesty rather than the sanctity of their pride or their self-esteem. Relationships built on this transparency can be stronger and healthier. And then future generations could grow up understanding the importance of consent and accountability. Young people would be able to learn that protecting someone's health by disclosing your own health is a sign of respect and a sign of love. Honesty would become a social expectation. And again, I discussed the dangers of hiding sexual health conditions, the need for stronger accountability and education, and the positive impact just simple honesty could have on a relationship and on public health. At the center of the issue, it's just the foundation of trust. Every person deserves the ability to make their own informed decisions about their own bodies and their health. Hiding serious information from a partner does not just risk physical harm, it damages their emotional well-being and violates the trust that they built in you, but the trust they built around themselves. So the next time a conversation about sexual health feels uncomfortable, remember that the honesty can help protect your life and help reduce a stigma. And normalize testing, encouraging open communication, and supporting accountability